Well, hello, and good morning. So, you may notice a good bit of incompetence going on in this one because, oh boy, it was like attempt 7 or 8 trying to do this thing, so, alright, let's go ahead and get down to that story. Well, first of all, I did this one normally. Everything seemed all well and good, but for whatever reason, the mic just didn't work. Like, it just decided it didn't work that time. I don't know if it's because I turned it on and off too many times. I have no idea. But just no amount of reinitializing would get it to work. You know, later on I just turned everything on and off and it worked just fine, so who the hell knows. Anyway, so it doesn't work. Actually, same thing happened with the X2 one. I still haven't decided what I'm going to do with that one. But, point being, you know, I go back and I try to do it again. Everything seems fine. At that point, I have a feeling my kiddo went and just, like, messed with the switch on it, because I go back... Like, I had never muted it up to that point, and I go back and I find it on mute. It's like, okay, so now I'm literally just doing this over a video of a video of the video. Just because I had already deleted the original because I thought it was done. So, yeah. Because, yeah, this one had a slightly smaller file size. Anyway, so, long story short, you may have noticed Mr. Ducks there knocking himself out. That was probably the most convenient knockout he ever could have gotten. I mean, I've honestly mentioned him getting knocked out, like I said, like 7 times now, so getting a little bit annoyed at mentioning it, but point being, he was ridiculously lucky. He might have gotten eaten there, he might have gotten mowed right the hell down, who knows? He was just about to have a bad day anyway. But yeah, other than that, we're just staring at the sweet, sexy beauty of this door. So once again, Ducks lucks out here, because we have one medkit with only 2 points left in it, which is just enough to get him back on his feet. But yeah, so this door, though, I mean, it's got curves on it, it's got edges on it. Like, I'm sure it's somewhat pliable, but also kind of rigid, so something for everyone. You know, it's just a fun door. It's a great door. There's nothing wrong with this door. Actually, I thought it was blown off its hinges several times, but it's kind of a weird graphical effect that happens. Like, when it opens up, there's what looks like a little bit of tearing behind it. But anyway. So yeah, Grapestock is back on his feet. So, the only part that I didn't finally just say screw it to this part and just say, you know, hey, it happened, whatever, we're moving on, is because of a pretty great example of the AI acting weird that's coming up right here. So as per usual, my theory on why they're doing this is just they're just auto-attacking the tank, except they can't technically do it through a door because they would have to have a tile on the other end or something. Why the robots do that, I don't know, I have no theory on that one, but either way, you know, they're just kind of pathfinding around, because they literally are running around the entire building to try and attack that thing from the opposite end of the door. And that seems like a bit of an exploit. It seems like you know, something that maybe wants to get patched, but I have no idea what the actual story is. So that'd be something for the developers to maybe mention. Maybe they know what's going on with all that. So, it was around this point that I started realizing that most of the characters didn't actually have anything loaded into their weapons, so that's, glad I picked up on that early. Honestly, it came down to exact turns here. Like, if I hadn't gone and reloaded here, this probably would have been a wipe already. But yeah, you'll see. You'll see. I'd like to actually move on past this room, but yeah, so far 3 parts in, still stuck in this room. So it's an interesting room. It's a great room with a great sexy door. You know, best friend door over there. Just nothing wrong with it. Can never fault this door. So yeah, you may notice everything's sped up because obviously after so many attempts at trying to get this done, I don't exactly feel like sitting through the full 20 minutes, and I'm pretty sure nobody else wants to sit through 20 minutes of staring at a door either. But, you know, dang it, just gotta show off that AI here. So the funny thing is, there's 5 dogs that end up coming. 3 end up running up, 2 of them just kind of sit in the hallway, one of them decides to go all the way across the room and leave himself wide open. And then another 2 do the exact same thing, and I still have no explanation for why they have those, like, dark weapons on them, but certainly not going to complain, since one of them ends up doing like 300 damage in a single reaction fire, so, yeah. That's a handy tool to have. But now, with the giant pile of robot parts, I want to say we're probably maybe getting to about like the 20 to 25 mark somewhere. It should be about there by the end of this one. I actually should probably go back and count, but either way, you know, it's probably somewhere around there. Because I think that's around the point when we started moving forward last time. Just a pretty comical amount of robots laying around everywhere. Now, I know what I should be doing is piling everything back up on the light-up squares, just in case everything goes south. Still deciding whether or not I want to do that, because quite honestly, this is probably the make or break for the run. Because, I mean, I guess it could still be pulled back if this fails, but still. That's why I just sent all the best ones in. Because, yeah, if this one ends, then that's basically that. I mean, that base lost, which, okay, it's not the end of the world, but it would be all these characters lost, which would be pretty friggin' hard to come back from. We would still be getting better jets at that point, so it might be possible to come back. It's just it would take a good bit of doing. We'll say if it was something like EU or something, that would just absolutely be the end of the run. I mean, I guess a bunch... Yeah, so this is that one where they're just deciding to stand right out in the open. So I was trying to run around and get a shot with Grapestuck. Trying to see if he could do a little bit of armor break, but... oh well. So that does nothing, as per usual. I still can't really quite figure out when and how what's weak to what, but oh well. So those guys decided to stay there because, you know, they kind of need to, and Green Witch almost got taken out by telephone. Oh yeah, come to think of it, I should absolutely add Flamefly to the X2 Armor Core run. Can't believe I haven't done that yet. Although then again, the rest of the requests have been going in pretty quick. So yeah, two guys standing right there with one job, they can't be bothered to do it. Yeah, it's too difficult. We'll get to it sometime next Tuesday. But they will, you know, on our turn. That's when they end up doing it finally. And yeah, I did have to finally switch up the music this time because I got a little bit tired of hearing the same kind of sound in the background. Like, it's nice, it's immersive, but definitely, you definitely want to stop hearing it after a while. All right, this was a risky one, but it just kind of bounced off his head. Actually, no, wait, it bounced off his butt by the looks of it. So at this point, I thought, you know, maybe Grapestuck will have his moment. He absolutely didn't. It's like, why did you give me the Nerf gun? This thing doesn't do anything. So yeah, I'm completely confused at this point as to whether it really does do anything. Like, I think against like lizards and stuff, it might end up doing more because maybe the stun stuff counts as extra armor break or something. But I haven't really seen a whole lot of effect from that thing on the robots at all. So, I mean, it's just there. Maybe he'll accomplish something with it. That's at this point I'm realizing that some of the characters don't even have enough points to reload. Like, for example, she technically does, but the thing is, I ended up forgetting that she was overloaded, so she ended up having just a few points too few. Alright, so he ends up moving. Grapestuck ends up kind of serving as the big old wall here. He's gonna go save everybody, which surprisingly, he does. Like, it was just there as a pipe dream that maybe it'll work out, but just right now. There we go. There we go. 75, 85, 74. Like, what is that even? How is that a weapon that's just lying around? Whereas everybody else is doing what, like friggin' 5 to 10 per round? Ah, it's great. It's a pocket minigun. Yeah, I really hope they don't start actually using their own stuff anytime soon. That'd be kind of scary. But, oh well. And once again, telephone is getting blocked by random debris. And Grapestock isn't about to let that one get away, so he just finishes him off. And there we go. So I think that was the... Is that... No, that's not the end yet. It's like 3 more minutes on it. What's, That's the second wave. But yeah, I think the rest is literally just random logistics. Oh wait, right, there's several minutes of just sitting, because I had to go do something else, and yeah, then we go back to logistics. Actually, wait, I think it was only like 1 minute. Whatever, you know, one of those things. Dang good coffee. Don't know why it allegedly tastes like cheesecake, but whatever. I think I mentioned this last time. I ended up getting this coffee creamer that claims to taste like cheesecake. It actually tastes like, if you ever had those old, I think they were Danimals, but they were like children's yogurt drink kind of things. And there was one that always claimed to be banana flavor. And it's funny, because it's the exact same flavoring as this one that claims to be cheesecake. And yes, it could pass for both. It's just weird that it could pass for both. Alright, so yeah, switching them back over to the shoddy here, because, you know, the usual thing. I'm hoping and praying it does something. Because somehow that thing, that one shoddy, has been the weird golden example of somebody, well, despite the many users of that thing generally croaking, it itself has actually made it through all of those fights, and has actually contributed, so... Who knows? Who knows? Maybe once we get to, it's like, I'm assuming there's like a division rank 3 and 4, and, I mean, there's 4, I think they said there's 4 phases, so I'd assume there's 4 tiers, and yeah, there we go, that's the end of that one. Anyway, so see you next time. Take care.